So you want to collaborate with someone in a different city, state, or heck, even a different country. But how? Basically, every video calling option from FaceTime to Zoom doesn't capture high quality audio directly from the DAW. So you wind up with clunky options like FaceTime with plugins like audio movers, which I've previously used, and it's not an ideal situation. So what's the solution? What's up, you guys? Nathan Larsen here, back at you with another video for those of you guys who make music at home, whether you're a producer, songwriter, artist. If you write and record your own music at home, this is the channel for you. So let's just jump right in. Now, I'm just starting to produce an artist who lives over 1,500 miles away from where I live, and pretty much all of my production work is remote. And this has actually been around way before the pandemic. I'm even wrapping up a single right now for an artist in Israel. But the game has changed. What used to be me producing and just sending audio clips via text or WhatsApp and then having FaceTime calls is now entirely replaced by one piece of software that is going to blow your mind like it blew mine. LANDR Sessions. I know what you're thinking. Doesn't LANDR just do mastering? That's what I used to think too, but it turns out that mastering was just the very first thing LANDR did, and they just came out with their newest development called LANDR Sessions. And this is a game changer. I'm gonna show you exactly how it works, how I actually use this as a producer with artists, but if you're a songwriter working on co-writes or producing with a songwriter, producing clients, or a mixing engineer, this is a solution for anyone who wants to get audio from your DAW connected with video calling. This is what separates LANDR Sessions from the competition. Video calling in conjunction with direct audio from the DAW. So first thing you need to do is go to LANDR's website with the link I have in the description. Yes, this lets them know I sent you, and I do get a small commission. It's a great way to support my channel, unless you hate me, in which case you can just not use it. Then go to Sessions, click Get Started, and download the Sessions plugin. How this works is you place the Sessions plugin on your master bus as the last plugin in your chain. It'll prompt you to start a new session call when you open it up, and what this does is creates a private video chat that you can invite up to 17 collaborators on if you're using the paid version, and 6 with the free version. More on that in a second. Once you start a new session, it'll take you to their site where you can start a session now or even schedule one later. From here, you can invite anyone you want to have on your session. I actually just copied a link and either text it or email it. Once you join the session, you can do everything you would expect out of any other video chat software, except you can now stream audio from your DAW directly so your collaborators can hear what you're doing. You can obviously share your screen too, so they can also see your DAW while you play it back. To share your DAW audio, you just enable DAW audio within the live call. LANDR even added some fun things like raising your hand, confetti, or money, which is pretty hilarious. Now, I know the big question is, can this stream with zero latency for doing live performances or practicing together? The answer is no. That's not the point or purpose of this software. And when I had a call with LANDR, we talked about this very issue. And the truth is that the latency issue is almost impossible to fix when it comes to streaming. No one has been able to do it, and it seems pretty unlikely that it'll be fully possible with DAW audio in the near future. But then again, Elon Musk is probably gonna send people to Jupiter, so wait. Is that right? Now that that's out of the way, here's what it is for and why I find it so insanely useful. First of all, if I'm producing an artist or collaborating, I can now literally scrub through my session with them live, solo instruments, mute things, make changes in real time, and actually even do some producing with them on a call so they can feel like they're in the room with me and actually playing a creative role in my decision-making process. They can tell me what sounds they like or don't like. They can ask me to adjust the effects or whatever it is. Basically, they can play a role in the process. And this is huge. One of the big hurdles with producing remote is that typically I do all the producing alone and then send updates to the artist, and they either give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We have a call to discuss, and then it's really just kind of annoying. With Sessions, I can literally say, hey, I've got a chunk done, let's hop on a call, and I can pick it apart for you. And then when I'm on the call, I can actually dig deep into the production. If they don't like a sound, they tell me, I find it, mute it, see if that fixes the problem. Bada boom, bada bang, done. Also, when I'm producing an artist, most of the time they're tracking their own vocals in their home studio, which means that before, I would either have to get them to download audio movers and then pay for it, and then use FaceTime simultaneously, but then mute their FaceTime so I don't hear all the weird lag from the DAW monitoring, and then the audio from the FaceTime conflicting. Basically, it was just insanely annoying. I feel like I've said that before. Or I just have to trust that they can do it themselves, which, unless you're working with a very experienced artist who's tracked their own vocals a lot, probably not the best idea. And even with experienced vocalists, I want to be there to coach them to make sure that they nail the performance. I want to give them notes to work on, help them sing individual phrases better, and more. Incorrect. But with Sessions, they can get a month of LANDR for literally $8. I can sit in on their vocal session without having to deal with FaceTime and audio movers. You can also see using this to write with other songwriters I want to work with, where I have my DAW open and I can start producing a demo while my co-writer listens in and comes up with ideas from the comfort of their home. tell me what they want, and I can literally add it in real time and they can hear it. So how good is the audio quality anyways? It's amazing. When I use this with my buddy Forrest Whitehead, a fellow producer in Nashville, he was blown away at how good the audio quality was. And you're literally hearing it as if it was on your own computer system. Also, if you want to watch the video that I did with him where we did a collaboration, you can check that out right here. As a quick side note, I've also partnered with LANDR to give Producer Accelerator members an exclusive discount of 20% off their pro plans. So if you haven't checked out my program, you need to. It's the ultimate online music production program where I cover every single aspect of production, from gear to songwriting to production techniques to arrangement and even mixing. That link's below. Nathan, how many buckaroos is this gonna set me back? That's actually the crazy thing. It's not that expensive at all. I would have expected to see this for like $30 a month or something, but it's literally $8 a month if you go monthly, and if you go with the annual plan, it's literally only $50, which if I do the math, you know, round the 2, carry the 1, add the Pythagorean theorem, that's only $4.16 per month. And let's just be honest and call a spade, that's actually stupid cheap. A heck of a lot cheaper than paid plans for Zoom. Now you can use sessions for free with up to 6 collaborators, but you are limited to only 15 minutes of DAW streaming. So if you're wanting to get a feel for how it works, test it out, definitely do that, but trust me, you're gonna wanna get the paid plan. Now the one downside that I would say is that you cannot record the calls. The workaround is to use screen capturing software. For me, I would just use iShowU Instant, but you can also use OBS or other software to capture those calls. But then you do need to realize that this will be using other applications running at the same time while doing that call, which if you're having issues with system performance, that's not that great. I've already mentioned to LANDR that they should strongly consider adding this feature, but in my mind, again, this is a minor downside and the upside is far greater. So while this video is different than most videos I make, I think it's extremely relevant to the time. So if you want to jump into some more in-depth production videos, I'd recommend you start with this playlist right here. Oh, and subscribe, give the video a like, and let me know in the comments down what you think. Are you gonna get sessions?